Worldwide, the pandemic has hit women and the poor the hardest, with job losses and closures of daycare centers. But one bright spot is emerging: India's $200 billion tech industry. Since the pandemic, India has changed its rules to allow working from home in the tech sector. We met up with Tech Operations Manager Teena Likhari in New Delhi to hear how that's been.
I think one of the biggest benefits has been the kind of pool that it's opened up for my hiring. We're looking at tier 3 cities, we're looking at tier 4 cities. I would lose a lot of women, especially, to things like getting married, moving to a different city, or having to care for a family member who's unwell and probably lives away from the metro. And that has drastically changed. I am now able to retain those kind of individuals, for the simple reason that we are giving them the flexibility to work from their homes.
Joining me now to talk more is Bloomberg News reporter Saritha Rai in Bangalore. Saritha, tell us about this recent rule change. What does it mean?
India's outsourcing and back office industry has provided services such as data analytics and customer support to the world's cutting-edge corporations such as Silicon Valley giants, technology giants, and Wall Street banks. But some of the rules governing this industry are really antiquated and date back to the very origins of this industry a few decades ago. They require that companies provide network diagrams of each of their office locations, provide minimum guarantees for each office location. The pandemic hit India in March, and overnight, these companies had to transport their workers, the computers, the modems, and the backup batteries to homes so that they could continue providing services for the Wall Street banks and global retailers. And that required the government to make a temporary change to the rules. Earlier this month, the government made these changes permanent.
How is this transformational for women there?
India's women are required to multitask, and that's a huge social burden on a lot of women. They're required to fully take care of their homes, their children, and the families, as well as pursue their careers. Now, these changes allow them to stay at home or work from home, work flexible hours or flexi days, and also drop out when they have kids and quickly come back while pursuing these flexible work options. That provides a huge, that marks a huge change for a lot of women. They are able to continue their careers, they're able to retain their financial independence. And of course, a lot of these women staying on in the workforce means that the gender balance is a little more equitable.
Sounds like these changes are very positive. Do you see this going beyond the tech industry in India?
India's outsourcing industry has actually been a pioneer of a lot of positive changes, such as bringing in corporate governance standards and bringing in more diversity into the workforce. It's made women much more empowered. In fact, about a third of the workforce in the industry is comprised of women, which is huge and much more than a lot of other traditional industries. But these changes are expected to transform other industries as well. Bring in much more diversity, bring in safer work environments. You're already seeing some of these changes being adapted by other more traditional and stater industries such as manufacturing. Work from anywhere is not just cost effective, but in these times is much safer as well.
Bloomberg News reporter Saritha Rai in Bangalore.